Hello, everyone. Glowworm here, with a hip, hip hooray for this Glo Friends read-along book you'll hear and read today. The next sound you'll hear is a special one. Listen for it, and then you'll know it's time to turn the page in your storybook again. Now, if you are ready, Glowworm's ready too. So here's Glo Friends and the Moonsnuffer, a read-along story for you.
Something very strange and mysterious was happening in Glowland. Every once in a while, the friendly moon would just disappear. First it was there, then suddenly, poof, it was gone. And gone along with it was the shimmery beam of moondrops that filled the glow pond. The Glo Friends were anxious, and rightly so. If moondrops didn't fill the pond, where would the Glo Friends get their shimmery light? Worse yet, without any moondrops, the Glo Friends might lose their glow forever. And heavens, without the magical glow, how could they tuck children into bed at night and fill their heads with sweet dreams? In between those strange and mysterious happenings, when the moon did beam down at them and the pond did glimmer with fresh moondrops, the Glo Friends forgot their fears and went right back to doing what they usually did. Glo Cricket practiced singing so that her lullabies would be sweeter than ever, while Glo Bug twirled about, doing his newest dance steps. Glo Butterfly practiced waving her stardust wand to make certain that each and every dream she brought to children would be better than the one before. Glo Spider stuffed pillow after pillow with his soft, silky threads and knitted sheets and blankets very quickly just to make up for lost time. Glowbug chased after every shadow he found. Glo Doodlebug painted every flower he could find so that their colors would look beautiful in the morning. Glo Snail and Glo Turtle lazed their time away by listening to the story Glo Bookbug was reading to them. Glo Skunkbug sniffed around as his nose for trouble sensed something very wrong in Glowland. Glowworm and baby Glowworm scampered around catching all the moondrops in a jar, just like real children catch fireflies. Then it happened again. Poof! The moon was gone. Glo Skunkbug lifted his head and cried out,
"My nose for trouble told me that something was amiss. And now it's time the Glo Friends get to the bottom of this."
Glowbug agreed.
What you say has something to it, but who can tell us how to do it?
Glowworm stepped forward and, pointing away from Glowland, said bravely,
I'm going out there to look around and see if something suspicious can be found.
But Glo Skunkbug was worried.
"You'll be out there all alone with none of us near, not knowing just when the moon might disappear."
Glowbug was brave too, and he cried,
He won't be alone. I'm going too. It's the only Glo Friend thing to do.
And baby Glowworm added,
"If you're both going, so am I. If you say no, I'm gonna cry."
All of the Glo Friends wanted to go too, and they cried,
"Take me!
Take me.
Take us all! We'll run and jump and fly and crawl!"
Finally, Glowworm held up his hand and announced,
Hold it, hold it. You all mean well, but please don't worry. Please don't yell. I'll go alone. I'll be the scout and find what this is all about.
But Glowworm's answer didn't satisfy Glo Skunkbug. His nose for trouble was still twitching, and he scolded Glowworm.
You seem to think it's all a lark, but suppose you're caught there in the dark.
Glowworm held up the jar filled with moondrops he and baby Glowworm had collected. He explained,
That'll never happen. Have no fear. Not if I keep these moondrops near.
Carrying the jar of moondrops in his hand, Glowworm started to walk toward the outskirts of Glowland. He passed through Foothill Park and on past the Diamond Caves. No one really knew for sure if there were diamonds in the Diamond Caves. Glowworm had always heard all sorts of rumors about the caves, rumors like the one that said piles and piles of pirate treasure were buried in the caves. So far, no treasure had ever been found. But from time to time, one or another greedy or adventurous soul was ready and willing to try his luck. Not that it would do him any good, since the caves were part of the big park, and it was against the law in Glowland to take anything from them. As Glowworm walked, he didn't give the caves much thought. The most important thing on his mind was solving the mystery of the disappearing moon. As Glowworm climbed over an especially rocky stretch of ground, everything suddenly went dark. The moon had disappeared again. Glowworm held the jar of moondrops out in front of him. The glow lit up his path until he found a safe place where he could rest until the moon came out again. Glowworm soon came upon a stone ledge near the entrance to a cave. He settled down and tucked the jar of moondrops into his pocket and thought,
I'd better save what's left of this moondrop's light. It's got to last me through the night.
No sooner was Glowworm curled up on the ledge than he heard strange sounds coming from inside the cave. Crackling and crumbling, rattling and rumbling, growling and grumbling. Glowworm inched closer and closer to the cave entrance until he could peek inside. And then he saw it. Gobs of gold, stacks of silver, jumbles of jewels, and a huge, weird-looking black machine. Standing right next to the machine was a funny little masked man.
We did it, Knockout!
He said in a squeaky voice.
We found the treasure!
Yeah, Foggy.
Grumbled Big Burly Knockout as he came out from behind the machine.
Yeah, we did it. You, me, and this good old Moonsnuffer here.
Knockout patted the machine, then went on.
When the Moonsnuffer shoots out a cloud of black moonsnuff, no one will see us steal away with the treasure. Not even those nosy glow pests. We've got it made.
Hearing this conversation, Glowworm muttered to himself.
Gosh, that's a dirty trick. We've got to stop them double quick.
Glowworm waited until the cloud of moon snuff cleared away enough for the friendly moon to shine through. Then he hurried back to Glowland. The Glo Friends were shocked when they heard Glowworm's report. They all agreed on what had to be done. Knockout and Foggy had to be stopped. The Moonsnuffer had to go if things were ever going to get back to normal in Glowland. Glow Skunkbug had the first suggestion.
Here's what we have to do. If we want to see this through, let's put our heads together and see if we can come up with a clever and workable plan.
Glow Bookbug approved.
That's the way. You're absolutely right. Teamwork's the way to win this fight.
And Glow Spider added,
Teamwork and talent. We've plenty of that.
Listen, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Then everyone gathered round while Glo Spider told them exactly what they had to do. The next time a cloud of moon snuff covered the friendly moon, Glowworm lit up the way with his jar of moon drops and led everyone toward the outskirts of Glowland. They walked through the surrounding foothill park and tiptoed past the diamond caves. They climbed over an especially rocky stretch of ground before they came to a stone ledge near the entrance to a cave. Then they spread out as planned, and each Glo Friend did his own thing. Glo Snail and Glo Turtle stayed outside the cave as lookouts. Glo Cricket sang her sweetest lullaby as Glo Butterfly waved her stardust wand. Inside the cave, Knockout and Foggy started to yawn. Soon they were fast asleep. That was the signal for the rest of the Glo Friends to go to work. Glowbug chased away all the shadows inside the cave so that everyone could see clearly to find their way. Glo Spider knitted faster and faster to make the bags that Glo Skunkbug and Glo Bookbug stuffed with the silver and gold and jewels. When all the bags of treasure were safely hidden away in another secret cave, Glo Spider knitted a very special and very strong web. Glowworm and Glo Doodlebug tossed the web over the Moonsnuffer. Then, with each one of the Glo Friends holding a corner of the web, they tugged and pulled and pulled and tugged until they finally managed to move the terrible machine out of the cave. When Knockout and Foggy finally woke up, the Glo Friends were long gone and the cave was completely empty. Back in Glowland, the Glo Friends took the Moonsnuffer apart piece by piece. They buried each piece in a garden and patted down the dirt. Then Glo Doodlebug painted the garden over with flowers and bushes. Soon, all the pieces of the machine were covered with a blanket of colorful blossoms and berries. And the Glo Friends were right back to doing all the things they usually did. Glo Cricket practiced singing her lullabies, while Glo Bopbug danced around. Glo Butterfly waved her stardust wand as Glo Spider stuffed pillows and knitted blankets and sheets. Glowbug chased the shadows away so Glo Doodlebug could paint all the flowers. Glo Snail and Glo Turtle lazily listened to Glo Bookbug's story while Glo Skunkbug sniffed around. And Glowworm and Baby Glowworm scampered around catching all the moondrops in a jar, just like real children catch fireflies.